His name was Esmond Roseborough, and Dunwall was his last hope. He had dedicated his life to knowledge and progress, but throughout the Isles, no one would listen. The whale yards were no place for a natural philosopher, but he had nowhere else to go. The poor and hungry gathered there, hoping for a few scraps, and Roseborough wondered if he would soon share their fate. But then, he saw something that made him realize his entire life's work was a waste, and it brought a smile to his face. Roseborough's discovery breathed new life into Dunwall and made him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he never took his success for granted. So when young Anton Sokolov came to him with a radical new idea, he couldn't help but give him a chance. Sokolov's ideas ushered Dunwall into a new era of technology. But over time, Roseborough learned that sometimes progress comes at too great a cost. It's a funny thing, ambition. It can take one to sublime heights or harrowing depths, and sometimes they are one and the same. Roseborough learned that lesson all too well. Once there was a boy who knew only fear and loneliness. The boy had heard stories of better days when Dunwall was a peaceful place, but to him, that's all they were. Stories. Adults could be cruel, but it was the other children who were truly wicked. So he did the only thing he could, hide in the alleys away from the other boys. find comfort from his only real friend. That night he realized he wasn't alone. As the outsider approached, the boy barely even noticed as his hand began to itch. From then on, the boy felt different. He was no longer afraid, and he sought out his tormentors. He swarmed over them with the stuff of nightmares. No one would be safe. But he wasn't careful. A gift so powerful can be taken away as easily as it is given. All it takes is a single bite. As his eyes began to weep, he searched in vain for the outsider, but found himself alone once again. He only wanted to see the outsider one last time to thank him, for he would no longer live in fear. For what little life he had left.
I'd killed nobles before. Why should an empress be different? For 6 months, the city writhed and changed. For 6 months, I tried to forget what I'd done to the Empress and her little girl. Whatever doom was coming, I deserved it. But not yet.
Even if Dunwall burns to the ground, one corner of the Empire will still know your story. Dowd, the Knife of Dunwall. Killer of an Empress.
Piero couldn't remember when he'd last slept. The Empress was dead, Dunwall was crumbling, and the plague was spreading. At night, the dreams haunted him. They were always the same, visions of a young boy dying an agonizing death. But he knew it was no dream. For Piero, the work was always the same. A handful of coin, a whisper. It should have been easy. Instead, he'd lost his way. He was a gifted man, but now, even this simple task seemed impossible. Rats, disease, death. The nightmare had become an obsession. But when the dreams came this time, the boy was gone, and there was a hole in the world. He looked into the void and saw death itself staring back at him. And finally, Piero knew what he had to do. It would be his greatest creation. Who it was for did not concern him. In due time, all would be revealed.
This is the story of a throne at the heart of an empire, casting a shadow over 3 lives. The Empress, brought down by assassins, the daughter who watched her mother die, and the man who would have torn out his heart to keep them both safe. Now his lessons have made young Emily strong, but with an empire at stake, will that be enough?
Citizens of Karnak, its loyalty and sedition will not be tolerated.
Blood spilled from the throne in Dunwall laps against Karnaka's distant shores.
No one knows what's happened.
In the Jewel of the South, there are answers. But new riddles, too. In this city are unimaginable wonders. Soldiers with clockwork minds and electromagnetic hearts. Inventions that will elevate every citizen or crush them beneath metallic feet. A young empress reaches into the void itself. Her father touched the void too and paid a heavy price. There's no one like Delilah. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes sycophants of those around her. Now she's got the throne, but her eyes are set on a much greater prize. In Karnaka, there's always a choice. Mercy or revenge, savior or assassin. What would you give up to take back what's yours? Look around you. You haven't been watching the dark corners of the world. Maybe living in a palace has made you soft.
Your Majesty, we have an unexpected visitor.
I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin. Delilah Caldwin.
Impossible.
I'm here to relieve you of your crown.
But someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back.
No!
So, what are you prepared to do about it, Your Imperial Majesty? Delilah's playing the long game. And now she's an empress. How many of your own subjects are you ready to slaughter? And what are you willing to become?
Take it! Oh, shit! We'll be face to face soon.